Hello, I'm going to be taking you through a basic demonstration of how to open up, start, and test a sequential function chart. And to do this, you use the bar on top here that has all of the icons required for the SFCs, or sequential function charts. And I've already placed something called a step and a transition on the page. And I'm going to add a second one. And I just drag it down. Click on the icon and drag it down. And a step kind of defines the process in your program, or at least one of the processes in your program. And each step will also include an action. I'm going to add one right now. And the action is going to tell the program what to do during that step when that step is active. I'm going to add one for this second step. And notice that each step, action, and this transition has a name associated with it, and they are automatically named. And you can change them in the properties of the step or the transition. And what happens is the transition defines a point in which a Boolean decision is made, in which while the decision is false, the step just above and the action related to it will be repeated over and over. So as long as this Boolean decision is false, it continues looping through this step. As soon as this transition is true, it moves to the next step. So we're going to add some things to the actions and the transitions. And I'm going to connect these first of all. So connect a wire from this transition to this step. And from this transition, we're going to loop back up to the top step. I'll try that again. Make sure that the green bubble appears. That means it's okay to connect, and now it's connected. And I'm going to make this transition based on the value of a switch, and that switch will be input 0. And this transition will be based on input switch 1. And during this step, I want this action to be to turn on a light at output 0. And use the same syntax as with structured text. And this action will turn it off. All right, I believe I have all the steps and transitions set up and the actions for those steps. There's a small letter N here that indicates that it's a non-stored action, which means that that action will be performed only while this step is true. Same thing for this one. Later on we'll explain a stored action. And underneath the transition, these inputs must be of Boolean type, and you can see that it is in this example. Same thing here, this must be Boolean type. So everything's ready to go. Only one minor problem. The first step in your program that you're going to start after selecting run must be of initial type. Okay, so I'm going to select that. I'll move this over so you can see it. I'm going to select that it's the initial type. All of the other types will be normal. So click OK to that. And you'll notice that what changes here is the outline of the box now becomes a double line output. All of the normal steps are single line border on the steps. So I think I'm ready to start. So I'm going to download this. You may not see this on the screen. Ready to download. And now it's running. You'll notice that when it's running, the border above and the borders around the step and the action turn green. This is to indicate that it's currently performing this particular step. And what it's waiting for is this Boolean transition to be true. So right now, input 0 is false. My switch is open. I'm going to change it right now over on my switch panel. I now make it equal to a 1. And that causes the program to move to the next step. And then I'm going to change that switch from off to on, and it moves up to the top step. I'm just going to toggle through and you'll notice that these things operate as expected. Some other things to note here is you can change the properties in this box, and later on we'll see that there are timers involved here and counters, and we'll be using those to set up counters and timers. That's it for demonstration number 1, and I'll continue with demo number 2 in just a few minutes. Thank you.